those new clamps that you sent me. I'm already sanding the edges and the corners with the stones, and they're
That's
getting.
custom shit.
Yeah, I'm customizing it. So
Customizing.
I finally
You're
ordered some of the
easing.
L. I finally ordered some L brackets, and I think that's
Oh,
gonna be fun.
good. The
Yeah,
L brackets. Oh, I need to bust this out on my cadet. This thing is too hard to show off. So you can do this and have two clamps in the middle. Isn't that crazy?
can Jed clamp it?
Yeah, these quick clamps are on the L adapter. They're on my KO3, and I now have no desire to sharpen with anything else now. It's like my cadet sits here. I do like its small form factor. It's kind of comfortable. I like being able to manipulate stuff and move the whole sharpener around easily. But these quick clamps are just, they hold so tight that it makes the whole experience just better. It just like they stay exactly where you need. You don't have to fuck around with it.
I never had a problem with tightness on any of the other clamps. They were all plenty tight, but the quick release is wonderful because to me, I like to adjust. I just happen to have a blade here. I like to adjust at the last minute so that my stone lines up with the heel.
Yep.
So that I don't end up chewing into the heel. So if anyone watching has ever tried to sharpen one of these suckers and you end up gouging your Ricasso, it's because the angle wasn't right. So if you go too steep like this, you're going to cut into the choil. And if you go too shallow, you're going to cut into the Ricasso. So right here on the plunge. So the quick release allows you to really kind of clamp, test, until you get it perfect. I really like that part.
Do you have another PM2 sitting there by any chance?
You know it.
So
you know what we don't have sitting by? Is anyone watching? Is anyone watching the show?
Yeah, there's some people watching. Okay, so hold up your other blade that you're just holding out, the 2016 one. You're going to show off a CQI change they made in 2017.
Yeah, let's do that. So, guys, I was telling Tom before the show started, I have a carbon fiber PM2 from 2016. And last night I took it out of the drawer for the first time in a while. This used to be my very favorite knife, and I haven't carried it in a while. I took it out and I had a discoloration on the blade. So the part that was covered by the handle of the knife was fine. So there was like a ghost image running through the knife. It was kind of cool. It looked like it was like a laminate blade, Tom.
Yeah.
But it was really just patina. So everything above it had, like a rusty, hazy color. So I rubbed it with a little piece of lambskin and some flits, and that worked great. And then polished it up. So Tom is going to teach us about the plunge of the knife.
So when you set up any Spyderco in a clamp, like Jason was talking about, and you want to hit the very heel, you basically are going to take your stone and make it parallel to that flat grind line. And so Jason's holding up two PM2s now that shows the different types of grinds that PM2s have come with. So up until 2016, the blade in his hand, the flat grind line goes to the center of the thumb hole. So like this Manix does the same thing. The line goes to the center of the hole.
So the plunge goes from the choil straight through the middle of the hole, and it's at a fairly good angle. So it might be, I don't know, 15 or 20 degrees off of perpendicular. But they made a change a few years ago, and now it's a little bit more vertical, and it doesn't go directly through the hole.
And my theory is that they changed this for CQI reasons because it makes it easier to sharpen on newer ones all the way to the heel, because you're not tweaking the knife as much to get it at the right angle to line the stone up as the newer ones. The newer ones are pretty much, you can do tip to pivot or tip to heel, whatever methodology you like for lining it up in a clamp, and it'll work pretty well. But the older ones, you have to be a little bit more off kilter to get the heel all the way.
Someday I'm going to spend a little less money on knives, a little more money on production, and I'll be able to have two cameras. But until then, we're going to have to deal with old Uncle Jason holding shit in the air. So the thing you want to think about is your pivot is in the middle here that runs dead down the center, and then you have your clamps. Now you can move your clamps left and right, but the trick you're trying to accomplish here is you want the stone that's running through this pivot to travel at the same angle as that plunge. So when you're setting your blade in the clamps, you want to be mindful of the left and right orientation, but also the pitch. So like Tom's saying, you want to move this up and down this way until you find the angle that the stone is traveling. And you're going to find that you're going to get a cleaner sharpen on the blade, and you're going to be able to clean up that area right at the bottom of the plunge.
And it's really simple. Like that's it. It's all you have to do. If you make it lined up that way, and just if you can watch me do it on YouTube, I did it today. It takes 10 seconds if you have really good stones to grind that plunge away. If you have crappier stones, it could take like a minute, but it's not a big process to grind a heel all the way completely flat up against that ricasso.
I've never been able to do it in 30 seconds. It still takes me 5 minutes or 10 minutes. It's not fast.
I don't know what it is, but I can do it. Any stones I have, I can do it pretty quickly. It's just you push up there, you tilt it a little bit.
I don't want to oversell it, Tom. If we tell them it's 30 seconds and it's not done, then they're going to wonder if they failed. So
for me, watch me do it on YouTube. It takes me 30 seconds to do it. I did today. I did 2 of them today. But it's not a hard process. It's just your stones grinding up. It gets knocked down. It's easy to overdo, so you want to pay attention to it. Look down, do a couple scrubs, look down, see where you're at.
We relate to Adam. Bought some new shoes for Blade Show today.
Ooh, are they comfy?
Yeah. Yup.
My
sneaks were a little worn out, and I didn't want to be standing around all day on old sneakers. So
that's a good call. I'm deciding which sneakers I'm going to be uncomfortable in all day. Got a lot to choose from, but being on your feet that long, it's commitment. What kind of shoes did you get?
I forget the name of the brand.
I keep on seeing everyone buying Hokas now. I think Rich Cox posted some Hokas he got today.
Hokas are very comfortable, and they come in different levels of absurdity to the sponge. So they're very comfortable, but there's a thing with running shoes where sometimes the heel is quite a bit higher than the toe.
Yes.
I forget what that feature is called, but it's measured in millimeters.
Yeah.
So shoes like Vans are very flat. Converse All-Stars are very flat, right? But then some of those Hokas get up to like 9, 10, 11 millimeters. So that drop from the heel to the toe is a very different stance. So I don't like it. I like a flatter shoe. So I also like a wider toe box. So yeah. Some shoes are very pointy in the toe, like Nikes, and some shoes are very tiny in the toe, like Adidas. And then there's other shoes that are a little bit wider and fatter. So that's the brand I went with. I can't remember the name of it.
Is it like a new brand, or is it?
Yeah, it's newer, but yeah, super comfortable.
Nice. I'm gonna wear Air Max 90, so I got to find the ones that will hurt my feet the least amount. Because even my most comfortable shoes, like I'm not used to being on my feet for a whole like 14 hours worth of Blade Show long day.
I still say the secret is you got to bring at least 2 pairs of shoes. You want to be able to swap them, because day 2, just anything different is better. Even if they're not your best shoes, if you have a second pair, you feel way better.
They're rubbing on you differently.
The Ons are excellent. I went on last time. I really like them a lot, but I was in a hurry and I didn't want to stand around, and I was at REI, and they only had 2 pairs that were my size, and I wasn't in love with either of them, so I didn't go with the Ons. The Ons are great. They're Swiss designed.
They're what design?
Designed in Switzerland.
Ah, okay. Well, man, Blade Show is like 2.5 weeks away, Jason. It's like coming up.
It is.
And I'm excited.
I stupidly sold my Blade 22 Koenig. It was one of 5, and I sold that thing for a hell of a lot less than I wanted to. But I sold it because I was worried about not having any fun money. And then it is what it is. I've got a few more I want to sell, but it's kind of a crappy time to sell knives.
Where'd you sell it on the Koenig group?
Yeah. I listed in our group a bunch of times and nobody bought it. And then I put it in the Koenig group, and I had one jerk waste my time and ghost me. And then I had another guy buy it who turns out to be a huge collector.
That's good. It makes you feel good when a knife goes to a good home, which is a funny thing to say, but it's true.
This guy had like 15 knives.
Now whenever I go over to the Koenig group, it's like the same 3 dudes. It seems like own all of the knives. It's like
Dr. Greg Beamer owns like every historic piece that's ever come out.
Yeah, so it's like you win. I get it. And do you just keep on going forever? Because Bill keeps on coming out with new patterns. I'm sure Greg will keep on buying them.
He's got a cool new pattern this year.
I know. I saw that.
I messaged him and told him it looked like it looked Polynesian or Hawaiian, and he wrote me back and he goes, "You're the first to say that."
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if that meant I was right or I'm way off base, but it looks like a tiki pattern to me.
Is it the one that was like the matching full size and mini sets? It looks like a more aggressive.
The pattern is like a curve and then 3 wiggle lines and then another curve and then 3 wiggle lines. And then they're stacked. It just reminded me of something that you'd see on a tiki pattern. Yeah.
I think it's funny every year when he's getting ready for Blade Show. Like he literally is making the Blade Show knives right now. They haven't been sitting around for 6 months waiting for the show to come. He's gonna like get them done. It's gonna have like a day before they leave on the birth certificate, and then they're gonna put them up for auction.
Yeah, a month before the show, he basically hand makes 3 knives, and it takes him a month to do it. It's pretty crazy.
Well, that's still what I think. Well, speaking of fun money, I don't have a lot of fun money at all. Like this year, I'm going into it like with the mindset of I'm only buying one knife because I flew to Atlanta, so I need to buy a knife. And so I'm still planning on going to Koenig Stable. I'm still planning on getting something there first. But it's going to have to be something that's like really like, oh, shit, I need that. It can't just be like, I guess I'll get another mini Arius plain Jane or whatever.
You know what I want? I want a Journey Tool Company bit caddy because I've got this little piece of foam bit caddy.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of this janky looking foam thing. Like it works, but I want a good bit caddy, and they make really sweet ones. They're discs and they spin, and you can put your driver in the middle. And I want to get all organized and cool with my bits.
Yeah.
Yeah, my system's lame. So I want that. I want the ADAX 25 if that's available at the Spyderco booth. I'd probably grab one of those. That backpack is fantastic. Every bag Spyderco's put out has been awesome, but the 18 is just too small.
The 18 is tiny. The 25 would be perfect.
I can carry 9 pieces of mail and the smallest MacBook Air in it, and then it's snug.
It doesn't feel like an 18.
No. But yeah, I might stop at if Spyderco doesn't have the bags on site, I might go to VanQuest, get a bag.
Get the Spyderco bag or just get a VanQuest bag?
If they don't have the Spyderco bag at the booth, then I'm going to go to VanQuest and get a VanQuest bag because they'll have ADX 25s there.
Oh, okay.
Seth's going for the hang. That's right, Seth.
Man, that's primary thing. If you're not going there for the hang, then you're just going to shop for stuff. It's not exciting.
It's not a flip. It's not a flip environment right now, unless it's the stuff that the savages are flipping. There's still stuff that's really collectible, of course, and there's stuff that's rare, and there's still markets for things, but it's not what it used to be in 2020. When you could buy anything and sell it for more. It's just not that way. So you're going to want to be more purposeful with your purchases. Don't buy stuff you don't want.
I learned my lesson going to a custom knife show one time that I was in it for. This was still into you can flip stuff, knives or custom knives, whatever. And I went in with the mindset of like, I don't have to love it. I just have to get it. And if I decide later I can sell it, well, I'm still sitting on one of those knives. And when it's not something that's in my wheelhouse of my knowledge base, I'm not going to trust it anymore. No one's going to tell me like, go buy a whatever knife. It'll be worth money. Trust me. Like, I'm not falling for that again. It's got to be something that I know inside and out that I can sell.
Well, I think the advice that you followed was buy anything. That wasn't great advice.
It was from a pretty respected person.
Well,
and I got some pretty good knives, but it was, a lot more difficult to resell.
Right. Yep. We'll probably run into Mr. Michael West, the man, the myth, legend. I can't wait to see what he finds. He always manages to buy 30 or 40 knives at the show and then drags a couple hundred more to show off. There's this contingent guys from Texas that rolls into town. They literally drive nonstop from Texas until they get to Atlanta, and they show up at like midnight on Friday morning. So they wait in line for 11 hours, then they run inside and they buy a bunch of stuff, and then sometime around 5 or 6 in the evening on Friday, they either drive home or they crash at somebody's house. Lately, they've been driving home. So those guys are crazy, but it's always fun to run into them because they're the most like purpose driven. Like, we're here to buy stuff.
Are you talking about someone other than Haygood?
Haygood and Michael West, and gosh, they have a couple more guys that they all ride with. So I'm sure we'll see them.
Is Burnley stuff still like really popular and expensive to flip? Do you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah, Mike West. So Mike, by the way, guys, if you're in the group and you see like 120 knives laying on a floor with a list of 120 prices, that's Mike. And some of you have DM'd me and been like, "Is this guy legit?" And I go, "Yeah, oh yeah, he's legit. He's he buys, sells, trades all the time. I think most of that collection he's managed to get through trades. You'll notice that he'll put a price and then trade price, and he always accepts trades. So if you want to do some swap meet kind of stuff with him, he's always down." What's up, Brian? He's got his own logo now. The 812 Outdoor Crew. Yeah, we got more 15V coming. You guys got to buy some while you can. I don't want to hear the crying later when you go, "Oh, I didn't know." I'm holding the PM2 right here with the 2022 blade. So it's been here a minute. We've had some time with it. I haven't seen a broken blade yet. I haven't seen any damage. I've watched Sean Houston whittle a copper rod with his knife. So that's pretty impressive to me.
Did you see the post in the group that was basically someone saying like, "Oh no, 15V is going to go away. I would have bought some, but it's going to go away eventually." I'm like, well, I'm trying to figure out the logic of it already exists and you can go buy it right now in like 5 different versions of different knives.
Right.
So just go buy one of those, because it's not like if you did break a blade, it's not like you're getting it replaced no matter what that blade is. So the logic of like, well, they're not going to make any more 15V in the future. It's just a sprint run, like any other sprint run.
Yeah, I don't understand the logic there. It doesn't need to remain a thing to buy it.
Yeah, it exists as it is now, and there's plenty of it. There's thousands of them out in the wild right now. You can go grab something.
Niagara Specialty Metals. The president of Niagara did an interview with Laren Thomas the other day. Did you watch that?
Mm-mm.
It was really good. There's a bunch of people that are watching this right now that love to speculate and talk and gossip about steel. And if you want to know what's actually happening in the steel world, that's a fantastic interview. Go to Knife Steel Nerds on YouTube and you'll find it. He was very candid and open and honest and transparent about the state of the knife community and what's going on with steels. And really, we all think Crucible is the important linchpin here, and it's not. It's Niagara. Crucible might make steel, but Niagara is the one that makes it so that knife users or knife makers can use it. If it wasn't for Niagara preparing the steel, then none of us would be able to use it on a knife. So Niagara is really the important part here. So what they're doing is they're finding the recipes for these steels. So if you buy Budweiser in your town, it's probably brewed locally, and it's not brewed in St. Louis. It's not made by Budweiser. It's made by a brewery that's licensed through Budweiser to make it. So there's the recipe is the important part, right?
Yeah.
Niagara is sourcing these steels with the recipes that we all love and desire, and then they're going to provide them. And right now, they've got a pretty decent number of steels they're going to continue. So Crewware, S90V, 35VN, 30V. What else, Tom? XHP.
Mm-hmm. Saw that on the
I'm
list.
sure there's many more that I can't think of offhand, but they're going to continue a lot of these Crucible brands or Crucible recipes that we like, and they're going to be available, but they're going to be slightly different names. So I think as this works, they'll continue to enhance it, right? But the trick is you got to buy like a truckload of it at a time. So they're not going to stock up on something weird and then have it not sell. So I think we're in good hands. I don't think we're going to see a huge disruption because of Crucible. It is unfortunate, however, that in America we've lost a certain amount of our particle metallurgy capacity. So their shop was able to go higher and hotter than others. And one thing he talked about was with like 15V and with Rex 121.
Mm-hmm.
The steel has to be heated up. Like you run it through the rollers. You know, have you ever seen how they take a big chunk of steel and they make it thinner by running it through rollers? Well, after you run it through the rollers, it loses a lot of heat because the heat gets dissipated into the rollers. So you have to heat it up again. And some steels, he said, you can roll over and over, but some steels you have to heat like after every pass. So Rex 121, part of the reason it's so expensive is that it's just a nightmare to roll it. So with Crucible gone, that capacity is also gone. Like that, those extreme steels, they can't be done at Carpenter. They can't be done at some of the other. There's a couple other smaller places in the United States, but they don't have the ability to do it.
Well, there is some steels that like come from non-crucible sources that like a Maximit's not a crucible steel at least, or K390 is a Bowler steel. There is other steel, so it's not like this affects every steel that we knew of. It's not like
right.
So
Maximit's interesting, right? Carpenter doesn't make it. It's a Carpenter steel, but they don't make it. So who's making it? I don't care. Some factory somewhere has the recipe and they make it. It doesn't need to be Carpenter that makes it. Your Twinkie is made locally at a bakery, and it's not a Bimbo bakery. It's just a bakery. So, it's no different than a lot of the other products in your life. I think my sneakers are made in Vietnam. You know what else is made in Vietnam? Nike shoes. So did Nike make the shoe? No. Does Nike own the factory in Vietnam? No.
Yeah.
It's a shoe factory. Let's see. Did you guys get the red black PM2 salt? I did check one out and it looks awesome. I think that the laminated G10 they're doing on those salts is cool as shit. The yellow black is awesome. The red black looks great. I think they're cool. Some people have been upset about it, but I don't know. I think it's great.
That red black PM2 in 10 years is going to be worth a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
That's a truly collectible knife. Of all the ones that are out there now, there's not many things I say are really collectible. That's a collectible Spyderco to have.
I helped a collector get one, so it was shipped to me and then I reshipped it, and it was cool. If you see one pop up, grab it. Have you seen 15V in a coated blade? No. Some things to know about coating. Most coatings do not prevent rust. They're just there to make the blade duller colored, right? So if you coat it with a PVC coating, not PVC, what is it? DLC coating, it's still porous and it can still rust. Also, those coatings have to be applied at very high temperatures. Some of them are as much as 900 degrees, and that can mess with the tempering of the steel. So be careful what you wish for. It's not always that easy to coat it. So
some steels you can't coat, right? Some steels, because of the temper and stuff, you just can't put hot stuff on it.
Yeah. Tom and I have had conversations with Eric Lesser about blade coatings, and there's certain steels that he's said, yeah, we just can't coat it. And I don't know if 15V can be coated or not. I'm sure someone will try. But what I would wonder at the other end is, like, what's the durability of it? I don't know. That's above my pay grade. Laren Thomas would know better than me, for sure. So, yes, LMAX is going to continue.
LMAX is made by Crucible? No, it's a Bowler steel.
Yeah, it's true. It's a Bowler. We'll be fine.
I sat down right before we hopped on here, and I was just like, We don't prep for the show. Believe it or not, guys, we do not prep for the show. But
Don't tell them.
I took some notes before the show started about things that are going on, so I don't forget about them. There's a lot of drops coming right now, which is cool because it's been really stagnant for a minute, it seems like.
Yeah.
So I just want to go through a list of all the cool stuff. But first of all, and I'm guessing you probably have this within arm's reach, is this I got.
Oh, yeah.
So this is from Knife Joy. This is a awesome 6 knife pouch. So your knives go in here or in here. It's very sturdy. It's very good quality material. It says
it's kind of rigid, isn't it? Like
it's rigid.
It doesn't compress.
Yeah. Then it's got a sweet new Millie Club logo on it. It's a Velcro. So these are going to be at Knife Joy. This is a project that Chris Miller has been working on for a while. I'm not sure what the details of the final for sale or how these will be distributed, but they will be available at Knife Joy.
He gave us a number for the total price, and I don't really want to repeat it until I know for sure that he's good with it. But the shipping is a little trickier. It doesn't fit in a little tiny box. So mine came to me in a pretty weird sized box, and I wonder if they had to source that just for us.
Should go out in an envelope.
So yeah, it'll also come with a couple stickers, I believe. So we're having some stickers done. And I don't think we intend to sell the patch separate. So if you want the patch, you're gonna have to buy the whole thing. But I think you'll be happy with the price. It's a pretty nice little way to carry around a couple knives and put it in your backpack. And
yeah, honestly, I didn't have anything that was this functional until I got this. Like I have like single knife pouches, or I have a big case, and this is nice for when I just want to bring a handful of things somewhere.
I put a Subvert, a K2, and a Millie in one side, and then the other one I put a PM2 and an Arius, and what else? An XL Synapse. So it'll hold some big stuff, and I was able to close it. So if you want to put your chonkers in there, you're still good. Drop is TBD. Chris said he needed to get some ducks in a row before they come out. I don't think the stickers are done. So when that finally drops, we'll be able to tell you when and where. But it'll be on knifejoy.com for sure. We spent a lot of time picking this color out. It was surprisingly hard to come up with a color. I don't know why. But Chris, part of the problem is Chris showed us like 90 colors. He's like, "Hey man, which color do you want?" I don't know. I don't know. So TBD.
This Knife Joy also has right now.
They do have a few of those, don't they?
Yes. I'm not sure exactly the sequencing of the runs and when stuff showed up or how many times they've had knives delivered, but this is the last time they will be available. I'm sure Chris might have a handful of Blade or something, but they're not going to drop again. They're on the website. This is the last drop.
I asked him specifically if they held them back on purpose to create more excitement, or if this was a case of Spyderco just having more on hand. And he said it was more on hand. They found more, or ran a little bit more. It seems to happen a lot to dealers, where I remember Jeff Lawfer had this happen at Cutlery Shop, like with 5 drops on one of his knives. It might have been one of the orange Para 3s.
It's weird. I don't think Spyderco realizes that the weird mental effect it has on their customer bases, like not trusting them as much anymore. Like they said this was an exclusive and it was sold out, and then there's just more. They just make more because it's sold out. I thought this was limited production. It's like, no, they just have shit and they don't send it to dealers.
Sometimes there's a few left, and then the dealer will say, yeah, send them.
But this now is $450. I'm glad I'm not seeing as many conversations of is it worth it. If you want this knife, if you think this is a cool design, I think you'll enjoy it. If you think it's all hype and you won't like it because of X, Y, or Z, then don't buy one. It's fine. You don't need it. You don't need to get FOMO about it. But this is the last time. The blue one anyway, I don't know if they have other versions coming in the future, is dropping.
It's one of those knives where I carry it for a while and I go, I love it. And then I put it away and I start carrying other things and I forget about it. And then I pick it up again and go, why did I stop carrying this?
It's a good knife. Its price is not uncalled for, I guess. I don't know. I'm just that conversation. It needs to be settled. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Just move on. So the knife show had that.
It's funny, Tom, how this knife triggers like an economics class every freaking time. We don't do it with dragonflies, right? When somebody wants to buy a Delica, we don't have this big econ class about, value per dollar and things like that. But we do with that knife, and it's silly. It's an overblown thing.
It bypassed some imaginary number in people's minds where everything has to be a certain way, because everything can be compared to a Sebenza once you go over $400. Everything, but is it as good as a Sebenza? They're not the same knife. Don't worry about it.
Word.
Coolest thing I've seen coming out. I don't know. There's some competition, but Knife Center is dropping a S90V burlap micarta Capara on May 20th. And I can always gauge how popular a drop's going to be based on my Instagram posts, my Facebook announcements. And that Capara, I've not seen a knife create that much excitement on an announcement for a very long time on Facebook. Like, my post had like 250 likes of just putting the picture up and saying it's coming May 20th. And that's a lot for a post on our group. So if you want one, I don't think it's going to disappear immediately, but it's going to be more popular than most general releases that have come out lately.
Do you know what the price is going to be?
$255, which is less than the S30V version, which is like $260 or $270.
Yeah, I was thinking about, like, the steel's obviously more exotic, right? But the burlap micarta is probably cheaper than the carbon fiber was.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that they priced it that way. I'm glad they did.
Yeah, that's the problem that the Capara faces from doing an exclusive standpoint is the factory scales. You can't do better than the factory scales already. They're already the best scales. So what do? Everything's going to be a downgrade.
I agree.
So Knife Center Capara is coming the 20th. They don't have a drop time. It's just going to show up. So watch Knife Center's Instagram account is the best way to find out when that comes into stock. The satin aluminum smocks with the crewwear blade and all silver looking and cool. Those are in stores now. Those just started dropping and popping up at different places. Those are a distributor exclusive. So you could probably Google just crewwear smock and you'll get the dealers who are carrying it. They'll probably have it in stock. And I think it was like $230 or something like that. It wasn't too bad for the satin version.
I was just fetching this. I couldn't find it. The only way to get better than the regular Capara is to get a custom.
Yeah, that's pretty
Humble
good.
brag.
Lefty,
Sanmai.
Another knife coming. This one, Zach Cooper's been teasing this one for a minute. They're Rex dropping a 10V Python micarta Shaman, and they're going to drop it at Blade Show. They'll have 200 at Blade Show, and then the rest will go on sale on June 12th. And that's pretty cool looking micarta. I like the pattern. It's interesting that they're doing that. I heard about this being a potential thing before COVID, so this has been in the works for a minute.
It was ordered 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. And then Jeff still has orange military shoes.
When I worked there, we put it on the ASAP list, and that was 2 years ago.
Jeff still has 15V, or not 15V, orange XHP military 2s. Those are still in stock.
Are they really?
I believe so.
Jesus.
And then Smoky Mountain Knife Works is dropping an S45 VN gray micarta Shaman.
The gray micarta looks good.
The gray micarta does look good. It's DLC too. So, I mean, I don't know if people are going to get super excited about the steel, but there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. It's a good all-around usable steel. and it's got cool looking scales. So if you want a micarta shaman and you want something different than crewware, this is a cool option.
You know, now that I've become like a big Sebenza hawk, I have to tell you that 35 and 45 both really, really good. Easy to sharpen, easy to polish. Seems to retain an edge pretty decently. Haven't chipped it yet.
Oh, this is one knife. So the Sage 6 is out. He says the Sprint was available at Spyderco. If that's true, I totally missed that. But the Sage 6 is out of general dealers. The Sprint run is going to be actual carbon fiber scales, not the laminate, and S90V. So when that hits, I'm probably going to have to get that.
I'm kind of a sucker. I'm a sucker for Spyderco's carbon fiber.
Yeah,
it looks good. It's the best texture in the game. You got the peel ply texture, so you hear that?
Yeah,
just looks good. It's durable, feels good in the hand.
So I'm sure this will come up when people see those hit the market. The regular Sage 6 has laminate G10 carbon fiber scales, which means it's not a full solid piece of carbon fiber. It's like a piece of G10 and a piece of carbon fiber layered together. And they can do that and make cool patterns and make really neat looking, like the Domino had scales like that, and they put cool designs in it. But the one that's coming, it's a Sprint run, is solid carbon fiber, just like Jason's M4 CF handles he has there. So it'll be a little bit different looking. It might not look as cool, to be honest, but it's actual carbon fiber, which I prefer.
Also, it's going to have a different steel.
Yes, it's going to have S90V. And that button lock.
I can't imagine a blade show that wouldn't have one. So if you're a savage and you think you can eat gummy bears fast, I suggest you get down there and enter to win, because the prizes are killer.
He posted something about it a couple days ago, I believe. So I'm pretty sure he's doing it. It stresses me out, the idea of that event, because like can't imagine trying to swallow stuff like that and not choke. It freaks me out. Like I wouldn't want to compete in that competition. I couldn't do it.
Well, they all don't choke.
I know, but what if they did?
But they don't.
Freaks me out.
It's called an irrational fear, Tom.
It's not irrational.
Everybody's got a sharp ass knife around there. They can trach you.
That's true.
And then there's plenty of titanium pens. Think about that. Like you could just get stabbed in the trach and then
hollow it out. Yeah,
it'd be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Walk it off. Mr. Wade says he's in. I'm in. Seth Gilman. I've never seen it, Seth. I hear about it after it's over, but I always miss it.
I saw it last year for the first time.
Yep.
It was not what I had thought it was.
It'll be the Albanese gummies. Well, Mr. Heavy, we don't know. It'll be ready when it's ready. So it might be this year.
Hopefully it's this year. I've held one of them, but it doesn't mean it's going to be this year.
Yeah. So we don't know. I'm not going to cry about it anymore. Yep, me too, Seth. Oh, man. I was telling Tom before we went live, I'm getting better and better at sharpening, and I'm enjoying it. My arm hurts. My hands hurt. Like sometimes I have to take a couple days off because I'm getting carpal tunnel kind of thing. But yeah, I'm every night when I sit down and decide I'm going to sharpen something, I go through my knives and I'll almost always find something that I did sharpen in the past, and then I want to make it better. And this knife's been sharpened a few times now, and I'm finally like, this is a blade that I could put in my pocket at Blade Show and show people and go, this is what I can do with the sharpener. So
nice.
That one turned out really good. 15V always turns out like that. I've never sharpened that and not had a problem. And dude, these CBN stones are so good on Maximate. They just work on Maximate.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I put a mirror on my lightweight Maximate Manix. It's hard to get all that out. That's a lot of words. And it might be my sharpest knife.
Oh, really?
It's absurdly sharp. I
I've
can
had
take
good luck with
Tom, I
Manic.
can take card stock. You know, you're supposed to tent a receipt and you can push cut a receipt. I can do it with card stock. Like it doesn't have to be thin. It'll
Yeah.
cut anything. I might try the Tony Kim cardboard tube trick.
Ooh, that is
That's the
fancy.
next level. I haven't ever done that.
Tony Kim's new sharp show off method of just cutting the ridges on his thumb print off. It's pretty impressive.
That kid's really good at sharpening.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you're getting better and enjoying it. That's awesome because it can be everything, and it's like it took me so long to realize, and now that I have this stuff, that I should have invested in better stuff sooner, but that some of my happiness was being held back by being like missing a part here or having not the best stones or doing here. Now that I have all the equipment and everything works right and it's all good, I can just concentrate on the sharpening part and not have to like compensate for something being off. It's just sharpen. I don't have to worry about like my clamp slipping and moving stuff around or having cupped stones or whatever. Just if you have everything and you can just concentrate on the sharpening aspect, you improve really fast, really well, and you understand why you weren't getting the results you needed before.
You know, I went with the recommended grits that they have on their site. They recommend 120, 400, 1000 and 4000. Those are like the ones they recommend. And I'm thinking I want to go 150. You have a 150, not a 120, right?
So I have the set that they sell. Mine goes from 80, 150, 400, 800, 2000, 5000, and I bought an 8000 stone on top of it. But I don't use my 8000 stone.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd get an 8, but I definitely think I need something above a 120 and below a 400. And then I definitely think I need something between a 400 and 1000. The 1000's wonderful, but if you have any scratches left at 400, the 1000 doesn't really get rid of them.
Yeah.
So something in between would be a nice choice.
They make a 600 stone.
Yeah. That's part of the fun with these guys is they seem to make every freaking
But like you
every
like you have,
delineation they can, they do. So
yeah, like he has a different progression than I do, but it'll still give you
yeah.
the same end results. It'll still give you a mirror at the end.
You
I
know,
love my
honestly,
150 stone.
the thing to avoid, the thing you got to watch out for is your lowest stones will be the ones that curse you. Like this 80 grit, I never use this anymore unless I'm really, really fixing a busted blade or I'm reprofiling a lot because the scratches are just so very deep that it's really hard to get rid of them. You go through all your stones, you get to the end, it's still scratched.
Yeah, I just use 80 for serious repairs, and I don't even use it against the bevel. I use it at a higher angle, so I'm just like sawing the very leading edge with the 80. But yeah, this 150, Jason the other day was struggling with his 80, and I suggested trying the 120 over the 80 for profiling, and it works. I don't know which is better, the 120 or the 150 I use, but I love my 150 stone. It's tremendous for profiling. And I'm sure the 120 is about the same.
It's not really any different than a saw blade. If you use the saw blade with the meanest teeth on it, sometimes it catches a lot and it doesn't cut right.
Yeah.
So you switch to the one with a few more teeth and it just works better. And the analogy works on these because the size of the aggregate on the 80 stone is so big and chonky that it just doesn't stand the way you think it will. So if you go to the 120, the grit is like half as thick. So now the grit is just so much smaller and it does a better job of just sort of wearing it away. So,
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I wish I had a 150 instead of a 120. I think that would solve a lot. I still use my Venevs a little bit. They're still really good. I mean, no complaints, really. I think the CBNs leave shallower scratches.
I think it's just the progression you have to go through. It just fucking works, and it's not like when I've been paying attention to doing stuff on YouTube now. I time how long everything takes. Like I watch the clock anyway, and I see where I'm spending all my time and where I'm wasting my time. And I figured out that anything but your bottom stone, if you're if you're doing the right progression, you don't need to do 25 passes over an edge to get all the scratches out. It takes like 2 if you're using good stones and you're not making drastically big jumps up. So just watching that is just the way Hapstone puts these together. It just works for a beautiful edge and a beautiful mirror. And I'm not the person that will ever say I have the best mirrors, but I'm totally satisfied with how shiny they are. Don't have any major scratches, but there is people that can do better mirrors than me. They make them brighter and shinier and more glitzy. But just for social media purposes, if you want a mirror edge, these Hapstone sets are just great. You don't even need to drop.
Pretty happy with them. Well,
got a toy.
Yeah.
These do spin forever, don't they?
They spin for a long time. Whatever you do, don't put Gunny in it.
Oh, yeah.
No, don't do it. If you put Gunny in it, you want to go with the thin stuff, the Gunny Magic, it's called. That's for OTFs.
Oh,
See
okay.
how thin it is?
Yeah.
That's the only one you want to put in there. But yeah, I ruined mine. I put Gunny in it and it got slower. So I got an air compressor and sprayed it out, and that didn't work. And then I had to use paint thinner to cut the oil.
Yeah, Joseph sent me this as a gift, and it's pretty cool. I've always kind of wanted one. But
They're cool. I bought one last Blade Show. I thought it was awesome.
It's very well made. It's very cool. I haven't got to use it on an actual knife yet, but functionally, it's really just well thought out. And it's fun to play with.
Yep.
He sent me that one, and he sent me a plastic version.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I carry the plastic one in my computer bag.
Okay. What else is going down?
I came up with an invention, Tom.
Oh, really?
I needed to polish the blade on that M4 PM2. So, and I didn't want to cut myself because the thing is sharp as shit, and I did it backwards. So what I did was I put flits on a little piece of leather. So that little deerskin leather chamois that we like,
yeah,
I cut a little piece of it. I put the flits on it, and then I took a chip clip and I just put it over the end like this.
Yeah.
And I created a little push sander, and then I was able to get a little pressure on the flits, so I could rub on it really good, and I got all the patina off the blade.
Invention.
Patrick Bryan says that TRM has some pretty cool options on their website. I think they have some new milling patterns coming out.
I need to get one of those again. I liked it. I like my TRM.
They're good.
I'd probably get the smaller one next time, the Neutron. I'd add them. If you are in the market for anything from TS Prof, they are having another sale. It's really funny how TS Prof operates. They advertise their sales ahead of time on the website. So when you go, it'll say these clamps are going to be 29% off next week. And it'll say the sale starts May 20th. And it's like, okay, I'm just not going to buy anything until the sale starts.
Right.
But it's on their website. It says May 20th spring sale. These items are on sale. These are the discounts for them. But it's not posted yet. So that's the way they advertise their sales. So if you're looking for a cadet, I think is one of the items that had a big discount on it. Now would be the time to buy it. Or May 20th anyway. And those quick clamps are on sale again. And I do suggest those. I got this to give away. Kind of forgot about this, but we got a Rec Native that I've had on my desk for a minute, and I've been meaning to do a giveaway on it, but I got tied up with the other giveaway on Insta. So we'll do a giveaway this week. Cool knife, avocado, native G10. What else can you ask for? So watch for that on the group this week. I'll put up a survey and we will draw a winner like we usually do. Yeah, things have been fun. I've been really having an enjoyable time making video content again on TikTok because I'm growing now again. It's interesting to see a different knife audience being on TikTok. I know a lot of people are against it or don't want to try it, but if you are a TikTok user, try posting some EDC content if you're on Instagram, because it's a different audience that's much more interactive, I'm finding, and I'm actually growing in an account and I'm actually getting sharpening work. So it's been getting slow getting sharpening work. So I had to start reaching out and looking into other Facebook groups and other areas to try to get sharpening. And TikTok is, I've been able to grow an account to 1,500 followers. Like, it's taken me a long time, but now it kind of just grows 10 to 50 a day. And people are messaging me and I'm getting work in, and it's a good place to advertise it. So it's just reinvigorating. I've been so burned out on making content for Instagram for fucking years. Since 2019, my account has naturally grown, and it's been really frustrating. I just have to be satisfied with what I have and just keep on posting. But the lack of being able to grow on there really does drain on me after a while. So I don't know. It feels like that platform's starting to peter out a little bit more. My views are down, likes are down, growth isn't there. It's just not the same. It's not what it was once.
Recently, I read an article about, it's been a while, so I probably shouldn't quote it, but basically the gist of it was that Zuckerberg bought it on purpose to kill it because he felt it would be a threat to Facebook. So he bought Instagram with no intention of supplementing and enhancing it. He cut the staff, he cut the resources, and just wanted it to kind of wither. And it succeeded despite that, right? Like it's still a very popular place for celebrity announcements, right? So if you want to find your musicians and actors and things like that you care about, they're on there. So it's still turned into a big megalithic thing, but they obviously have starved it of resources because the dumbest thing will get flagged for the dumbest reason, and it might take 2 months to get a resolution to it. So it's pretty ridiculous. I have 2 students who help pay their rent with accounts, one with 15,000, one with 30,000, both monitored by their parents. I mean, it's hard to deny, right? It's there. If you've got an angle, then do it. Just don't do ding dong dash.
You mean like unrecord it, like go bring someone's doorbell and run away?
Well, that's what it was reported, but that's not what happened. There were some kids that were literally going to houses at 3 a.m. and kicking on the doors with both feet at 3 a.m. on the back door. They were calling it dig dong ditching, but that's what they were filming for TikTok content. One of them got shot.
Okay.
You got shot.
That's not unpredictable at all.
The homeowner's like, they were kicking my door in at 3 a.m. So yeah, don't do that.
That's about all I got. I'm excited for Blade Show. I got a new backpack for Blade Show. I'm ready. I'm ready. My hair is cut for Blade Show. It's going to be good, right length. I like to have some length on it.
A long way from now.
It's 3 weeks. I only cut my hair every like 2 months.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It'll be at 4 weeks when we get to Blade Show. It'll be good length. I like it.
3 weeks is too long for me.
Yeah, a lot of people.
But I don't want to go more often than that.
3 weeks between cuts. I don't like my hair when it's just cut though. Like I like it that day, but day 2 through week 2, I don't like my hair when it's that short.
I'll have 2 more haircuts before Blade Show. I'll have a fresh shave. Stay moist, PB.
That's so gross. PB.
My barbershop actually offers a deal that if you go every week, you can get it for like half price.
I would
So you
hope
go
so.
you go in for a touch up every week. And I'm like, who has the time for that?
I get fed so many. It's always Facebook Reels. Facebook, the way Reels show up on Facebook, it always shows like 2 seconds of the video, and it always, whatever AI suggests Reels to me on Facebook, it always gets me because it's like 2 seconds of like, what's going to happen now? It's always cuts off right before the good thing
Right.
happens.
Right.
But it suggests me so many haircut videos of people like using 18 different clipper guards before they're done fading everything and putting lines in and doing the beard. And then I found out that all those good looking beards are sprayed on. Like, come on, that's bullshit. Maybe self-conscious about my beard though.
KC just picked up the new KME. It's changed my knife life. Whoa, knife life. I was just using a work sharp field sharpener before that. Yeah, the KME is excellent. You're really going to get good results with it. So congratulations. It's a very nice sharpener. Yep, mine looks best like the week after. And then 2 weeks is okay. And then by 3 weeks, it starts to get a little fluffy on the sides. And then right when I don't like it, that's when my mom says it looks good. She'll say, I don't like it when your hair gets short. I like it long. I go, okay, you can like it all you want. I'm going to the barber.
Well, if you like it, I don't like it then.
Yeah, I'm going to the barber, Mom.
Holla.
What's up, SC1? Giving everybody nicknames today. Been traveling, Facebook jail, and miss everyone.
That's trust. My wife only touches my neckline, but I do my own hair. I don't know if I trust the wife to do my hair.
When you guys meet Tom in person, he's a mess from the back. The front looks good because that's what
I don't
see
do
it in the mirror, but the back, he doesn't worry about it.
I don't have to see it, so I just cut it with clippers, and then my neckline does what it's gonna do. It gets wild.
Tom's like, I don't look back.
Mm-mm. Cats, fucking cats.
And scream.
Cats get into everything.
Yeah.
I have just little kittens. They're almost a year old. They're getting big now, and one of them, we're getting really good at putting food away because like he finds it. He digs his little nose into it, and then he just tears it to pieces. It doesn't matter what it is. I've never seen a cat this ravenous before.
We just got new neighbors, and they have a British bulldog. His name's Turbo. He's awesome. He just snorts.
Is he really turbo? Is he fast?
No, he's slow, and he's a chonker. He's built like a 5-gallon bucket with legs, but he's awesome.
That's fun.
I once had a buddy try to cut my hair, and the guard popped off. Oh man. First shaved head and last. That's rough. My barbershop, I have a favorite barber, right? And then I have a second favorite barber, and then I have a third favorite barber. There's like 8 guys that work there and a girl. And I've got the order that I like, but overall I don't really care that much. So if they're kind of busy and there's one barber that's not busy, I'll go to him rather than wait because I just feel weird.
Yeah.
Waiting while the other, he's just literally nothing to do, right? And I'm going to wait. I feel like a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't like that. They like it when you just go to your guy. But I don't care because my hair grows so fast that it's like, you know, even if he ruins it, what's the worst that'll happen? Like I'll be back in 2 weeks anyway. It doesn't matter.
I feel the same way. It's like, oh, you're not good enough to touch my hair. I only let this guy over here who's busy.
Right.
So he's going to make double the money, and you're going to make no money today.
Right. Yup. Well, man, let's wrap it up.
Let's do it.
You guys have a nice evening. We'll see you down the road, and yeah, that's all for now.
Peace out.
Stay moist, everyone.
Stay moist.
Moist.